Hello viewer, my name is Anne Morimi and I'm your host. Welcome to Women's View. We're always so happy when you join us, and a number of you have subscribed to us on YouTube. I'd like to remind you that we are live on YouTube and the channel is GBS TV Kenya. You can watch this show live. Please subscribe. We're also streaming live on Facebook. The handle is GBS Kenya, and we also have an SMS line. The number is 21144. We're so happy that you're joining us today, and we'd like to welcome you to the...
Hi viewer, my name is Mary Shaira Wanjera, and happy to be here.
Welcome to the show, Mary.
Thank you.
So viewers, with me in studio is Shaira. She's a fashion designer, and she's going to be telling us about her journey in business. So the topic is women in business. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Yes. So you look lovely.
Thank you.
And it's so amazing that you're actually not just wearing a fashionable item, but you're wearing a fashionable item that you designed.
Oh yes, it feels good to be my own design.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like you wake up in the morning and decide, what of my pieces am I going to be showcasing today? You know?
Yes.
That's so exciting. I like that. It's very awesome when you're an artist or in creative business, because you actually make things from nothing, you know.
I'm an arts person.
You're an arts person. So tell us a little bit about yourself, for the sake of the audience, the viewer, so they can get to know you a bit. Tell us about where you grew up, and you know, and at what point, you know, your journey into fashion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this girl you're seeing is born and brought up in Nyeri County.
Okay.
And I am brought up by a single mother. I'm so proud of that woman.
Shout out to her.
Yes. I always introduce myself as, actually on Facebook, my name is Shaira Wanjiro. Wanjiro is my mother. Yeah, I love that woman.
We celebrate her for raising you.
Yes. She has made me into what I am today.
Yes.
And she is part of my inspiration today, even in this business. And I thank God for her.
I'm sure you've tailored some. You've designed some.
Oh yes, I do. I know.
She's like, thank God for this daughter of mine, because of her I look so awesome.
And she must know, I always feel so good when I go home and I find her, you know,
I know.
having one of those outfits. It makes me feel good to design my own mother.
That's great.
Feels
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So I went to Tattoo Girls Primary,
Yes.
a girls only school. After that I went to Mahiga Girls,
Yes.
still in Nyeri. And then after that I went to Maseno University in
Wow.
Kisumu.
Hey, so you went to a totally different county. How was Kisumu for you? Did you like it?
Kisumu was hot.
Yeah, it was hot. And you know, Nyeri gets a bit cold. Like right now, it's quite cold.
You can imagine that change of weather.
Does it get hot in Kisumu ever?
Yeah.
No, not hot. Cold.
Maybe at night at times.
Okay.
At
But it's
night
generally
at
a
times.
hot place.
Yeah, it's a hot place. I was there for 4 years.
Yes.
I did creative arts with IT.
Okay.
Yes.
It's very interesting because from when you were young, you were always interested in arts.
Yes. Ever since.
You did plays.
Yes, I was on stages, you know, acting. I was in drama festivals.
Yes.
I've always been an arts person.
Okay.
Ever since.
So when it came to the time to decide which career you're going to follow, already you knew that your strength
Yes.
was in the art industry. And how did your mom take it that you decided to go into the arts?
Well, not just my mom, actually,
I know.
but people around me thought like, no, this girl has been so smart in mathematics.
Oh, so you were one of those girls who were talented. You were both math, you were good in sciences and good in
I
arts.
actually did 3 sciences.
Wow.
Yes.
And passed in them.
And passed.
And enjoyed them. So how is it for you? How was it for you to decide whether you're going to be an art person or a science person?
Well, I chose arts as the first option. And then, of course, I had these others. Like, I think we used to have 3 options.
Yeah.
And it happened, I was called in for arts.
Ah, your first choice.
Yes,
Okay.
my first choice. And most people thought I'm crazy, like a chick. Like, you're going to be in campus for 4 years doing drama.
I know, like, what are you going to be doing the whole time you're there? Because people don't understand much about arts in terms of how broad it is.
Yeah. And then that mentality of the society, like, you know, we have jobs that can actually get, there are courses that can get you jobs.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that mentality. But I was so sure I wanted to follow my desire, my heart, my passion, you know. And so, yeah, I settled for that.
So despite the fact that you had a bit of opposition from friends, family, you still were able to push?
Yes.
Okay. So that means that you also have a strong personality?
I do.
Because sometimes when you find that your people around you are not appreciating what you want to do, some people actually sway and then they end up not following their dream until maybe years later. Actually, what happens is you end up wasting a lot of time because eventually I think you always do go for what you're passionate about.
Actually, I will tell you that after I got my admission letter, my brother, my elder brother.
Yes. Shout out to him too.
Hi. To do economics.
Yeah.
You know, like do a course that makes sense.
I know. Well, think about the future.
That makes sense, yeah. So, but however, that was not successful. And
luckily.
So, yes. Now I can say luckily.
Yes. Now you can say
that. So I ended up doing my course.
And how was it? Did you actually do arts for 4 years? I mean, what was, there was enough content?
That's a good question. I used to get that a lot. Well, when we talk about arts, we had a lot to do. We had drama in there, we had music, we had some bits and bits of media units.
Yes.
Now to explain why I am currently pursuing postgraduate in mass media.
Mass media, yes.
Yes, because even back then when I always wanted to do this, to do arts, to do drama, film and all this, I was always focusing on finally, you know, ending up to being in media and doing all these things, acting and, you know, just being there on those screens and doing stuff. Yeah.
And you know, when you think about like the film industry, there's a lot of art that goes into that. The backdrops, the costumes.
Yes.
You know,
we had a lot to do. You've been taught how to do stage management, directing, you know, script writing. There was a lot to do. Yeah. So when you tell people you're doing creative arts, what they think is that you're just acting your full life the 4 years. Yeah, the 4 years, that's what they think, but I do not blame them.
Yeah, it's lack of exposure, to be honest. Yeah.
And again, back in Maseno, we used to do all your units you had to do with IT. I also used to do IT units, and they have been so helpful to date. Yes.
Because actually everything has gone digital, even when it comes to, like, for example, when you design outfits, do you use IT as well in that? Or do you mostly, because I know you have like a pad, a sketch pad.
Yes, yes. Sometimes yes, but I would say because of the people now I'm having to work with, my tailors, they may not be that exposed. I understand. Yes, but there is a lot that IT is coming in to help in. Because now we even have social media marketing, you need to do all these things, so you need those IT skills.
Exactly.
So they are coming in handy.
Okay. So congratulations on just that first challenge. You overcame it. You were able actually to follow your dream.
Yes.
And get to do creative arts at Maseno. So fine, 4 years are over. You had content for the 4 years. Now it comes to you're out of campus and you're looking for a job. How was that?
I will tell you what. I'm one of these girls who came out of campus with expectations.
I can imagine.
Big ones.
What were you thinking? Corner office?
You're like, I'm a graduate now, you know.
The jobs are going to be just coming.
They're just coming. And then, you know, the 4 years you're there, you're told, you know, opportunities. They are there, they are all over. You just do your part. And then when you come out here, well, now I came out here.
it's so funny because when you're in campus,
Yes.
it's like you have not experienced the real world, and yet you really feel that you know a lot. You know the way even you riot about. Sometimes you riot because things are not going the way you want, and they must show you the way you have to have your way. And anyway, it works for 4 years, and you think you're so on top of things, and then now, life after campus. How was that?
Wow. I came out here.
To the real world. Now, did you go back to Nyeri, or did you now come to Nairobi?
One thing I was sure, I was not going back there.
Yeah. I mean, of course, you had high expectations.
Yes,
City life.
and I knew jobs, everyone knows in Nairobi jobs are there everywhere. Yeah, you just need to be in Nairobi.
To get the jobs, then you choose.
Yes. So, well, I came, and just like any other person, I tried out, applying things here, there.
Having to run envelopes with your CV.
And even, being
transcript.
choosy, like, that one, no,
I'm not apply there, I'm not interested.
that one.
It's beneath me.
Yeah. And
Yes.
until the reality hits you, that it's actually not what you thought.
Yeah.
But I will say one thing, it is important to go through that stage.
Yes.
Because I will say part of the reason why I've been able to be strong today
Yes.
is because of what I went through. It molded me. It made me more responsible.
Yes.
So I will say it is important to
It
go
is
through.
important, and it gave you a lot of resilience.
Yes.
Because you apply here. Sometimes you get a regret. Most times you get nothing.
Actually, sometimes you go for interviews.
Yeah, that's true.
You
And
go
in your
for-
head, they're positive.
One of the places I really wanted to work, it was there's a school. It's called Oshwal. Oshwal. They have drama classes. Like for them, drama is a subject like any other.
Nice.
So I was like, if I can't end up on stage and act, if I can't end up on those screens and be these actors, and I was like, it's okay, I can go back to class and
And
teach.
teach,
And I was okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I was good in even directing and things like that. And so I went for interviews there twice.
Imagine, first one you passed, second one.
The first one, no, I'm saying there was an opportunity one time. I went. I think some of my classmates were taken.
Okay.
And then I didn't get the opportunity. But according to me, I was like, I have it all. I mean, what are they looking for, Well, went back disappointed. I think like two years later, an opportunity came up. Actually, this time I went through someone I knew.
I know, you did.
know,
There's
this
someone
thing of-
pushing even for you, sort of.
The who you know.
I
yeah.
know, yes.
So I went, and this time I was so positive. And actually the panel told me, you know what, we love what you're doing. We like you, But I waited
I
for
know.
that feedback.
It didn't come through. So again,
Those moments.
Negative.
I've even told my mom, you know what, this time we good.
I'm so sure.
Yes, I'm so sure. I even started thinking of how now I will relocate, near that place and things like
Yes.
that. But unfortunately, so such is life. But of course, there were other experiences.
But what gave you the drive to keep going?
What gave me the zeal to keep waiting is that I would say, like, I want to appreciate my brother because he gave me opportunities. But that time, he was a bit stable financially. So he was running some businesses, some printing. We used to print some CPA books and sell them. And so he gave me something that kept me going.
At least you had because one of the things that is so difficult when you're looking for a job is the idleness.
The idleness.
Sometimes it may not even, of course, there's the issue of the money, but I think the greater challenge is, I wake up, what am I going to do the whole day? So I'm happy that you are occupied. That's good.
Yes, he also introduced me into academic writing, and somehow I was gifted in that. So, but you see, passion,
Yeah.
that thing was not in me the whole time.
Yeah, it
I
was just
could
something
still-
to do, but not
yeah,
the real thing.
I could still feel, no, this is not where I want to be.
Okay.
This is not what I wanted to be. And
Yes.
so I kept pursuing. And so I thank God, because at one time when I was still living with him, he was hosting me,
Yeah.
him and his family. He's married.
Okay.
And I was surprised to find out that he's also interested in fashion. That came as a surprise for me.
know, you're
It's
like,
oh, really? You know, and for him, he's this kind of a guy who will say something and act. So you talk about something today, tomorrow he has taken an action.
Yeah, not
You
just
get-
talking. You know, he's taken steps towards
Yeah,
making
he's
it
taken
happen.
steps. Yes.
Okay.
He actually started going for classes. He was a graduate. He did BCom in
Yes.
Kenyatta University. But he decided to go back to and do some, classes. He wanted to know how to use those machines.
How to
and-
tailor. Yeah,
Yes.
the tailoring machines.
I
Yes.
thought he was crazy.
I know.
And before I knew it, he had set up a business,
Wow.
a fashion business. He bought those machines and got all those tailors and all that kind of stuff.
And that's basically what you wanted for yourself, right?
Yeah. I was
So you were like,
oh my God.
things are working out somehow.
Yeah, but you see, at that time when he was doing that, I'd already moved to do something else.
Yeah.
I'd gotten an attachment with a media company.
Okay.
And so I was there, and I felt like this is now something closer to what I would want
yeah.
to pursue.
Like I could settle for this.
Yeah, I could settle for this because what we were doing there is something that I would be interested in.
Okay.
And while there, that's when now I started, like running their page, and I got the social media skills.
Yeah.
And it was doing so well. And the CEO was, he was so impressed.
Okay.
And so I learned a lot when I was there. But then
And you know what? Stop a little, because we're talking about your journey, and what I find is that a lot of young people, young women, when you leave school, you have a goal.
yes,
And sometimes you're not yet there.
Yeah.
But look at you, everything that you are going through along the way, you're appreciating it and you're thankful for it.
Yeah.
Imagine you were even thankful for those times that you were denied a job.
Yes.
You know that's a very rare thing, because most people get frustrated.
but that came later.
It came later.
You know,
but
when you
somehow
look back and see, thank God I went through that. But
Yeah.
that time it was tough.
it was tough,
it was
but
tough.
still you can look back and see something positive.
Yes.
Then you get into another opportunity, which is not exactly what you want, but you're able to appreciate that now you've got social media marketing skills.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and all this probably is going to count at some point. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So, how long were you there at doing the social media
At
marketing?
Prince Cam, I was there for, I think, like 8 months.
Almost a year.
We were actually meant to be there for 3 months. But after the 3 months, when other interns left, the
Yes.
CEO requested me to stay with the
Nice.
promise that maybe with time I would get a
An
permanent
a
job.
permanent
Yeah,
position.
because again in Nairobi you need to survive.
Yeah. So many expenses. I mean, even just getting to
yeah.
work, eating,
So,
and everything.
Actually, that is one of the reasons why I would finally now get into something else, because it got to a point where I couldn't, like even support myself, and they need me to report to work. They're not able to pay.
I know, because interns, you actually you're not on the payroll.
Yeah, so I actually went and talked to him and made him understand, you know what? I appreciate the opportunity, I appreciate all this, but now I need to move and get something that actually can help me,
Yeah,
can sustain me.
that's true.
And so that's around the time when I now joined them.
Yes, because now the outfit was ready, the fashion design.
Yes, the business was now running, but they brought me in as an employee.
Okay.
Yes, that's how I got in there. So just being there, and now because I was finally
Finally, here you are. Right in the
at an environment of things that I would love to do.
Yes,
The
fashion
passion
design,
can get you far. Yeah, so I was able to learn things, just being there, learning things, and then I would say, long story short, they felt that maybe they were not able to balance that and other things that they do because,
because they had a lot of businesses.
they had a lot to do.
Okay.
And so eventually I found
Voila.
myself alone. It's quite a journey. I may not give all the details that, you know, everything that transpired for me to finally find myself doing the business alone. But I would say they gave me a soft landing into that business because I have watched my friends try to start up businesses.
Yes.
It is so frustrating, especially in Nairobi, because you need capital.
Exactly.
You
That's a
need,
major challenge.
yes,
Capital.
you need capital. You need to you know, the rent, the licenses. It is crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for you already, you got into a business that was already running.
Yes.
And so some of these things had already been purchased. So it actually gave you quite a softer landing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
And it also gave you experience because sometimes you have all
Experience
these things,
mostly.
Yeah. It gave you
Experience,
experience before
yes.
you had to run to own it now as your own, you know?
Because I think it was going to be difficult for me to just wake up one day and decide I'm starting this business, you know.
You're so green.
By the time they were leaving, I had a lot that I had learned.
Exactly.
And because I had so much interest, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's now the second year
Wow.
alone in the business.
And here you are talking to us about women in business, your journey,
Yes.
and encouraging other women out there to follow their dreams. You know, it's so interesting because you see, sometimes it's actually good to actually be focused and to be, what is the word? Not kuyumba yumba, like to be firm about what you want to do.
Yes.
Because that's exactly your story. When you needed to go to uni, you insisted that you're going to follow your dream, which you did. Even when you were not getting job opportunities, actually you have never been employed, to be honest, because
I've just been
you have interned.
Interned.
Yes.
I've interned. I can't say
Yeah.
I've ever been on a full contract of a job. No.
Exactly, but still deep down in your heart, you were hopeful and you were expectant that an opportunity will
Yes.
come. And somehow it's like God heard your prayer and it sort of fell somehow on your lap, you know. So it's good to be persistent
Yes.
and not to give up on your dreams.
And I will tell you, when you're trying to do this, being a lady, it takes a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because, you know, with the world around us thinking that, you know, ladies, we can't make it in these things, or we are weak, we cannot, you know, push further with all the, you know, it's not easy.
Yes.
Being a lady, I can tell you, it has not been an easy journey, but it feels good when you have your own principles and you can, you know, you can be so firm about them, make decisions. Sometimes it's not easy when things are not working out in that business and you know you have to make the decisions.
Yes.
You know,
'Cause
everyone is looking up to you.
You're responsible. You're the one with, you know, actually, you may have employees, tailors,
Yeah.
but you know what? The buck stops at you.
Exactly.
Yeah. If things don't work out, like if I come to you and I want you to design an outfit for me, you may design it, pass it on to the tailors, but if they mess my fabric,
If they mess,
I'm not going to start asking you for the tailor's number. It's you, you know. So the back actually stops.
actually, most of the times, my clients never get to interact with my tailors. Never. They actually do not even have an idea who made this.
Who made the outfit?
So if things mess up,
You're
I
the
have
only
to
one they
face
know.
them. And sometimes it used to be tough because, you know, clients, and then with this thing of in business, a customer will always be right.
Yes, that's true.
You do.
Even when they are wrong.
Even exactly.
They are right.
And then some of them will come, they are so tough, you know, and then they also have the mentality that you're doing this thing for me, so you know, so I'm supposed to give demands, and you must deliver. So it is not easy, but I would say being in that business and being a born-again Christian has really helped me a lot. Because there are times I am so clueless. like I know things are not working out,
Yes.
but I always ask God for wisdom. And I have seen him come through for me in so many ways. Like I make a decision, or I get to handle a situation, and I'm like, voila, how did that happen? You know?
You're like, how did that even actually just work out? Because
Yeah.
you were clueless about it.
Exactly.
Do you have a mentor? Like sometimes when you're faced with a situation that is unique and new, of course it's good because as a Christian you're able to pray and
Yeah.
God can give you insight
Yes.
on how to handle a matter. I mean, a divine intervention and all.
Yes, yes.
But are there times when you need the help of somebody who has gone through it? And does that come easily, or do you find that mentors in your field are not so many?
Yeah, there are not so many one. And yes, like you have said, it doesn't always come easily.
Yes.
Not always. I will tell you the truth. There are times I have felt like I just want to close down that business. You know, like I want my peace. You know.
I know what you mean.
But then the passion, passion is something great, because
great driving
that's what the
force.
pushes you the following day to wake up,
Yes.
still go back there and face whatever
Face
it
the
is you have
landlord.
to face, and and move on.
Yes.
You know, sometimes. And then other times, maybe the business is not doing so well, but you have to pay bills, you have to pay the rent, you have to
Pay salaries.
yeah, you have to
Or
do
like
all
end
these
the month.
things.
When
Like
end
no
month
one
comes.
cares.
Yeah.
No one cares about all those
About
stories.
how the
you
business,
know?
how many clients you had. It's
But-
end month pay.
I do not take it for granted, because where I am, the building where I am, I have seen so many people come and close down their
imagine.
businesses.
Yes.
Yeah, they just come 3 months, they are not able to pay rents, they are frustrated, they just give up.
Yes.
And maybe some of them go back to looking for employment, or
Yes.
just go back to where they are coming from, you know.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
But I've kept going. I've been there. I cannot say I have these big mentors in that field, really. What I do have are people that work with me in business.
Okay.
Yeah, in business, and even what can I call them? I have a system of friends. Let me call them a system of friends.
A support system.
Yeah,
sort
a
of.
support system
Yeah.
that I get to talk to when things are tough.
And it's true, because you know when things are tough and you're the owner of the business, you know you cannot receive strength from your employees.
No.
You know, obviously.
Actually, you do not
them
want to
there.
show them a weakness.
Yeah, you have to put
Yes.
up a face like everything is well, don't worry, don't feel like you need to go, this is the place to be. And some of them are, maybe they even are so good, you're scared of losing them, so you
Yes.
can't even just show them that from that the way the situation is tough. So I'm happy to hear that you actually have a social support.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I do have. You actually, any business person, you will need that.
Because you can get lonely at the top.
It does.
Yes.
It does a lot.
How did you find this support system, or did it find you?
We found each other.
Yeah, so, you know, when you're looking for groping in the dark.
We found each other somehow, because these are people I've worked with, not just socially,
Yes.
spiritually as well. So we keep encouraging each other.
Yeah.
And then I would also mention my mom.
Okay.
My mom is a business lady.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Ever since I was born, she has been a business lady. I started by saying she's part of my inspiration in being a business lady.
Yes,
She
you said
introduced me into business while I was still very young. I think in primary
Yes,
school.
primary, okay.
Because she used to run a business, and every time we were on holiday, she would carry us to her business.
Exactly.
And and having seen my mom make it from very small businesses and to making it even to educate us and with the small business. Sometimes I wonder
how,
you wonder how that alone encourages me. She's one of the people I call when I'm actually feeling like I want to close down the business. I've called her like thrice, telling her, you know what, Mom, I'm done.
This time things are fake. I'm not serious. Don't worry.
This time I'm done. And then at times she could give me loans, you know,
to bail you out.
Yes.
Okay.
At moms
are special.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. And
special.
and you're blessed to have one like that. So
yes, and she keeps telling me, keep pushing. There's even a time she told me, I had told her, you know what, it is this month. I'm not paying that rent again. I'm done, you know, like Taylor is frustrating me and then they're messing me up with my clients. And you see, because I'm so passionate about this, so I never want anyone messing up with my clients.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's a calling, you know, like it gives me so much strength when a client comes, I get to deliver and they give me positive feedback.
Yes.
I feel so good. They might not even give me the profit margin that I really want, but the fact that they loved my work,
they appreciate
and they actually came back to give me feedback, that keeps me going.
Yes.
Yeah, such is passion.
Yes.
You know, so sometimes it gets tough and I call her. So there's this one time I was so sure I am done. And I had decided now I'm doing away with this business and I'm going to try out maybe other things because I also do social media as well.
Exactly, the skill that you had gotten before.
I got that skill. I remember that skill. So I use it for my own marketing. Yes. And I also market
for others.
So I appreciate that I was there. I should go back there and appreciate those people.
They actually helped you.
That is, they never paid me. They paid money in kind. Yes. It gave me an opportunity to grow. So my mom told me, you know what? Just give it one more month.
Yeah.
Just one more month.
I know. Which you could at least get fathom that.
And because of her,
yes,
I've actually talked to the so-called support system and, you know, informed them from next month.
Up, guys.
I'm done, guys. Ain't doing this no more. And so the last person,
you're looking back and laughing.
Yes. And the last person to call was my mom. I was not calling this time to request.
It was to inform,
or even to ask for some advice. I was calling to inform. You know what, Mom? I'm done.
It's been real.
Forget about this business. I think I am talented. There are other skills I can
do other things. I mean, this passion that I pushing. It's like it's frustrating me, you know.
She told me, no, you're going to pray about. She's a prayerful woman. She told me we're going to pray about it. Just give it one more month.
Yeah.
So and I will tell you, I thank God for that one more month.
It could have been different, eh?
This is where we are, and I'm not stopping anytime.
And maybe you see, sometimes, you know, the way there's this quote that says it's darkest just before dawn.
Yes.
Maybe even that 1 month you're able to...
Actually, within that month is when I got some breakthrough within the business and I was able to go back to school.
Imagine, look at that. Yeah.
I now decided, you know what, I'm going back now to pursue something that I've always wanted to do as well. Yeah. So that is why today I'm doing my postgraduate in mass communication.
Wow, that is so encouraging and it's so inspiring because it means that if there's somebody who's watching right now and they're thinking of shutting down their business,
don't.
You know, and it's when you tell somebody to keep going, sometimes that in itself may not be encouraging, but when you're very specific, you tell them, just give it 1 more month. That seems doable. You know, sometimes it seems doable, and in that one
need to know is that it's okay to have a dream. Like, this is where I want to be eventually. But there is no problem with you using the stairs
to get there. Instead of...
But most of the times we want to jump from down here
to there.
It's not possible. Use the stairs. Those stairs could be sometimes things that you may not really want to do. But so long as you're not doing anything against humanity, against God, just do them.
Just do them.
You get, because for me, I always wanted to end up in media and do all this kind of stuff. I never knew. Now that I'm done with my 4 years, it's good for me to mention that my 4 years, yes, I did creative arts, but the course was a bit general. You know, like bits and bits of everything. And so now it comes to a time when I feel I need to be sure what exactly now.
And to focus.
Arts is broad. You can get lost in there. Because most of the time you'll find people gifted in arts, they are good in fashion, they're good in anything art, mention it. So you get lost in there.
Yes.
So it is up to you to harness, to like bring yourself together and decide this is what I want now to follow.
Yeah.
And so and then for arts, why I love arts, you don't really need to be employed. It is a statement most young people don't want to hear. You don't have to be employed.
Yeah.
You don't have to go back to school with the mentality of I want to be employed. For me today, I went back to do mass media, postgraduate, not because I have an idea of a media house where I want to end up after this.
Your paper.
No, I need the hands-on skills for myself because I feel there is a lot I can do with my skills.
Yes.
If it happens, I find myself in some place, fine. But you see, now that time, you will find yourself there, but with your own conditions.
Exactly. You'll be really a consultant.
Exactly.
Yeah. Not really that you... So you don't...
Yes.
You no longer... You're not looking for a job anymore.
Yeah.
Basically, you stopped.
No. For now, I will tell you for sure. Any job that I will do, it will have to find me.
Yes. Not that you're the one searching for it. Yeah.
My season for searching for jobs ended.
Wow.
So for now, jobs will have to come looking for me.
Yes.
Like I will tell you, I just get referrals. Oh, I heard you manage somebody's page. Can you manage mine?
Mine also.
I had, and that gives you a lot of peace. You don't have to struggle convincing anyone what you can't do and what you can't do.
I know.
Because it's so stressful.
It is.
Sitting in front of a panel to tell them.
Sometimes you're nervous.
Sometimes you're nervous.
Maybe you can even do much more than
yes,
they can. But you see, maybe
they find you, maybe for some of us, we may not be in a position to express ourselves as we would want, or sometimes we do not have the who knows who.
I know.
You
exactly.
get. So really have the skills for yourself to keep.
Yes.
Those skills cannot expire.
They can't.
And you're going to appreciate. And so I would say I do not regret every stage I've been through in my life. I don't. Not a single one. Both the painful and the good ones. They have taught me different things.
Yes.
And then I've always been a positive person. Much as there has been pain and, those downfalls and moments of feeling down, it's just normal to be human, But I will tell you, after I am out of a situation, I always look back and see, what did you want me to learn there, God, So what is the positive thing I can pick from there and take me to the next stage?
To the next step up.
And the next step. So that today when someone asks you, why do you look so confident? Why are you so passionate? Why? It's because I've learned mechanism. I know, even tomorrow, it doesn't mean that now my business has no challenges anymore. They are there. But what has changed is how now I handle things.
Them, how you think them, how you're handling, yes.
Every challenge that comes, I am a bit sober now in dealing with them. I'm no longer dealing with these things emotionally, especially as women.
And you know what?
We're so emotional.
That's a topic that we really need to delve into, but we need to take a break.
Okay.
So viewer, thank you for keeping it here. We'll be right back. Thank you.
Thank you.
How many of you use your real names on Facebook? Wengine ni Sweetie Pretty.
You must succeed in being Amigo and not a chicken.
I've seen myself owning the biggest media house in Africa. Yes, I could employ you, in fact. Yes.
All right, now it is going to another direction. When you are born and when you grow up, now you do the work. You become a person who likes the country. You understand, right? I mean, not getting a job at Kenya Power, right?
And you know what? Who you are online is exactly who you are offline. And who you are offline is who you are online.
네, 여러 군데 가서 강연을 많이 해보는데
So I've been to many places to give lecture.
그러면
Whenever I say,
눈썹으로 인사를 대답을 해요.
they respond with their eyebrows.
Hello Hello viewers, welcome to Women's Views. What you see is what you get. Very exciting and fun. We grew up in a certain community and we were told this is how women are. Everybody was coming with what they can get. This is not a joke. You signed up for life. Very interesting. A woman is this.
You want somebody else to do something for you that you can do for yourself.
You know what, you're doing a great job. You keep doing it.
You are going to school to become a musician. Seriously? Rich.
The show airs every weekday from 11 a.m. to noon and is repeated every evening from 7 to 8 p.m. I look forward to seeing you there.
People have dominance over themselves. Why? Daddy, no money. Give me money, I'll buy it for you. Daddy, I said I don't have money. I know, Daddy. Can the Ethiopian change his skin? Or the leopard its spots? 예수님이 우리의 모든 죄값을 다 지불하셨기 때문에 예수님 다 이루었다라고 말씀하셨잖아요.
So Jesus paid for all the wages of our sin. That's why he could say it is finished.
Yesu alipa mshahara wa dhambi ya deni zetu lote, ndiposa akasema kwamba imekwisha.
Everyone, God is like the supercomputer.
Upendo wa Mungu ni kama hii supercomputer.
There is a card that makes paying for almost everything easy like ABCs. No need to make trips to the ATMs to withdraw money or carry cash around. That's the Equity Bank Visa card, accepted everywhere you see the Visa sign. Use it to pay for food and drinks, fuel, shopping, pay for your Uber ride, shop online, travel and hotel bookings and so much more. Pay conveniently and free of charge. Card security is guaranteed thanks to the chip and PIN technology that protects your card from fraud. Start paying with your Equity Bank Visa card now and enjoy the convenience of not carrying cash.
Welcome viewers to Talk to Rosemary Jaggi's show. The Bible says, seek ye the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Oh my, have I provoked you? Then take action.
Different artists. Different choirs.
Pump me with your Holy Spirit.
Different praise and worship. I tell you, this is a show where we bring the best of the best.
It's amazing.
Yes. And shalom.
Hi, my name is Zawadi. At Mahanaim, I studied to qualify for the LGCSE through the Cambridge International Educational Program.
We Mahanaim International High School students enjoy extracurricular activities such as joining GBS TV clubs, taekwondo, cultural dance, orchestra, swimming, foreign languages, community service, and much more. I believe this unique experience I gained here will go a long way into strengthening the future me.
The teachers and other ministers at Mahanaim spared no pain in running with us until the end of the mile, until we secured all of our goals. And that's how I passed my IGCSE exams.
Mahanaim International High School cares about my future. Beyond our education, Mahanaim nurtures us to have bright and healthy mind so that we could become great future leaders.
Welcome back, viewer. Today we're talking about women in business, and our angle is more particular because we're talking about the fashion industry, fashion design industry. And I'll just get right in because time is flying so much.
Okay.
So Mary, tell us, a lot of times people have a lot of frustrations when it comes to bespoke clothing, like tailor-made for you. Tell us, what is the difference between going directly to a tailor and going to somebody like you who is a fashion designer in terms of outcome? Yeah.
Well, I would say there's a big difference.
Okay.
Because being a tailor doesn't mean you are a designer. Maybe you just have the skill to stitch the outfits.
Yes.
But you do not have the designer mind. You don't have the style.
Yes.
And then, unfortunately, for most tailors,
Yes.
for them, it's really about how much you're giving me. You know, like, give me my money, I give you your outfit.
Yes.
And then sometimes you will go to a tailor because they do not have the sense of style.
Yes.
Yeah. So they will just stitch whatever it is you tell them.
And the funny thing is that they don't tell you they don't know. They don't even recommend a designer to you.
No.
You sit, you go with photos, but then they have photos.
And they will tell you
They tell you, yes, I want exactly like this. And then now the day that you go, you're so shocked.
It's unfortunate.
Yes.
But now, where we come in as designers, personally, I will say most of my clients love coming to me because what we discuss is what they get.
What you see is what you get.
Yes.
There's no confusion.
Yes. All those dramas we see on social media.
Yes.
What I asked for and
That is what I got.
versus what I got. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see those things a lot, and they affect me because I'm in this field. So anyway, what happens? As a designer, I come in now to absorb all the dramas for you.
Oh, yes.
Because what happens when you come to my shop, we discuss, we agree on a design.
Yes.
You never get even to talk to the tailor at any point. So I get the details. I have learned the mind of my tailor.
Yes.
And I know which tailor to go to for what.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I will go sit down with my tailor without your knowledge.
Yes.
I will give my tailor the details. You get? I will give him instructions, and this is someone I've been working with.
Yeah,
so
you have a business relationship.
Yes.
And they want to keep you because you've been giving them consistent business.
And this is someone who has also learned to understand my mind and my details.
Yes.
And so they will deliver to me what
Yes.
I've given them. And should there be anything that is not in line, I will deal with it before you come.
Exactly.
As my client.
Yes.
So actually what I do, when you come, I have a deadline for you and I have a different deadline for my tailor.
Yeah,
So
to give them that window.
if we agree you come in after 1 week, after 1 week for sure. And then one thing I do with my clients, I keep in touch.
Yes.
So I will keep giving you progress of your, especially with weddings, because I deal with weddings a lot.
Yes.
I will keep informing you. Now we have 3 outfits ready. Your ladies can come
Just
for
to give you
fitting
peace of
this.
mind,
Yes.
you know.
In case, in my search of fabrics or things like that, I need to change something, I will call you first.
Yes.
I will inform you. I need to make this change because of 1, 2, 3. And mind you, even when you came, maybe you gave me a design and I'm looking at you and I'm thinking,
yeah, that's another thing. That's a benefit of going to a designer.
Yeah.
Because you can look at my body type and decide that the shape that you are, this dress is nice that you saw, but look at this person's shape.
Yes.
And look at your shape.
Yes.
Because a lot of times you look at a photo and you fall in love with the photo and that person, forgetting that you're not the same.
yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? Anyone is beautiful.
Exactly.
In their own shape, in their own size.
It's just about
The problem comes in when you want to dress like a certain model, but you're not the same body type.
That's true.
Yeah. So I
You
get
find that challenge a lot, eh?
Yes, because sometimes also making someone understand why this design is not okay for you, but this one. And sometimes it also breaks my heart when someone insists that I have to do something for them, because it gets to that point where you've given all the information, but a client still insists.
Yes.
And
They
so
have the
what do
last
I
say
do?
anyway? You just go ahead.
I give you, but you see, it affects me because I'm feeling, when you wear my outfit, I'm here for passion. It's a calling. I'm not here just to make money.
Yes.
So anyway, I would say for us designers, we come in to absorb all the dramas for you.
Okay.
So that by the time I'm calling to tell you, your outfit is ready. For sure, it is ready. And you will come. And then I give customer service to the best of my capability. And I tell my clients, do not even pay me your balance until you feel you love the outfit. You need us to make changes, we will. We will be very patient with you until you walk out of that place happy. However,
it's a but
in the world we live in, really, even after having done all that, there are people that you will still never please.
And it can be frustrating when you're in that business.
But again, it gives me satisfaction when I know God knows I've done my best.
You give it your all.
I give it my all.
Yes.
And I know, and there are those honest situations where maybe someone is complaining for something genuine, but others really, they just want to be difficult. There are people who just, their personality, it's in them to be difficult. It's hard to please. Like you're saying, they've done the outfit, you can look at it. Like I love to see my clients try out my outfits because there's something I feel. Like I will look at you, sometimes you may not even notice a change, but I will suggest here we need to change something until and I feel like, yes, now that looks like Shaira design.
Satisfied with it, exactly.
I'm satisfied. Yes, so
there are those occasions where it's not possible to exactly entirely meet the needs of the client, but even then you really have gone out of your way. And it's good that we're talking about this women in business. When you're in a business, you really need to know that you are there for the client. You know, it's not just about you. So your aim has to be to make sure that your clients are satisfied.
Actually, most of my time I like to sit down with my client, not in a hurry, especially when someone is planning for a wedding and things like that. I want to understand your personality. I want to understand what do you want to do, what do you have in mind, and all those things. And even I go ahead to give what I would say after. You know, now like after sales, after sales services. For example, we are done with your outfit and maybe it's a major event you're going to. I get to advise you what accessories, because again, maybe later we will talk about some other day, talk about accessories, really, because sometimes I do a very nice outfit for someone, and then later I'm seeing them posting photos. I'm looking for my outfit there. I am like, what happened? What did you do? You have big things. They have big things everywhere, on the hair, everywhere, and you're like, oh God, too busy. No, too busy. So again, for them that really would want my services, I normally advise, even for weddings. What, especially ladies. For men, we do not have a lot of problems.
It's because sometimes also you're really trying to stand out, and it's like there's this competition usually going on amongst women, which is very quiet. Sometimes, of course, it's right there, but so you want to be the
fashion
best.
Is not just about doing an expensive outfit, good looking. You might have a good looking, expensive outfit, but the way you accessorize it, oh my God,
it just makes it look
cheap. It is lost. You have big things everywhere. You have a big belt, you have big things here, a big headgear, everything, big shoes. You know, even forget about the colors, the accessories. So
we're going to have another show where you're going to give us tips on how to accessorize.
So another advantage of having a designer is because of that.
Exactly. You can call and ask, what do I match this with? Guess what? We're running out of time. So please give your parting shot to the viewer, and then we're going to have to do this some other time.
Wow. What do I say? I would want to encourage any lady out there, especially the young ladies, do not feel discouraged. You're out of campus, you're out of college, and you cannot find what you really wanted to be right there that time. You know what? Use the staircases that we are talking about. Use whatever that is available, and above everything, be positive. Be positive in life, in whatever situation that comes your way. Just look and see, what positive thing can I get out of here? Even if it's something bad, get something. Be encouraged by that to, you know, to keep going. And after all is said and done, just keep your trust in God.
And you'll get there.
And you will get there someday. Just be consistent.
That's right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. It's been such a delight to just share your story. I'm sure our viewer has been encouraged. And women in business, and women who are going to be in business, please be encouraged, and just take a day at a time, a step at a time, and eventually one day you wake up and you realize that you're living your dream, right? Yeah.
Very
thank
much
you so much
possible.
for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Tunajulikana kwa jina kama Revival Voices kutoka Kasarani.
They are fantastic.